Before we start on the lessons, you are going to need to know how to use the speech-to-text recognition tools, as you will be using it regularly in the lessons. This is amazing technology that you should be using as part of your language learning, and it's completely free and easy to access. It doesn't replace a good teacher to help with pronunciation, but a good teacher isn't free and isn't accessible 24/7. So let's have a look at the different tools available. The first and most well-known one is Google Translate, which is available on the web or as an app. It's completely free and easy to access on PC or mobile. Another common one is the dictate function on Microsoft Office. I have tested many speech-to-text recognition tools and I find this one works best, but the difference is not that significant. You do need a subscription for this Microsoft Office, so unless you already have Office 365 for other purposes, I don't recommend buying it just for this reason. There are many other tools out there, so don't feel limited to these two. I suggest you test them in your own language first and see which one works best for you. So let's have a look and see how they work. So let's have a look at Google Translate. Now the first thing you need to do is to make sure that this part here is in English, the detect language. It doesn't matter which language you choose over here, but this must be in English. So let's have a look at some words that some Spanish speakers often have difficulty with pronouncing in English. Beach and bitch. Now for some reason, Google Translate wants to asterisk this word. It is a slightly vulgar word depending on the situation, but not always. Anyway, you can see that it has got the word correctly. Let's try another one. Sheep and ship. Perfect. It's able to detect the different vowel sounds, she and she. Heaven and haven. Now it's got this perfect. This is one of the most difficult sounds for non-native speakers to pronounce because you've got two different vowel sounds. Don't you worry if you're not able to get these words, okay? That is not the purpose of this exercise. What I'm trying to show you is how Google Translate is able to detect the slightly different pronunciations of these two words. So the Office dictate function can be found, normally it's here on the toolbar up here, but if not, you can search for it. Just type Office dictation and click on it and you can find it there. The first thing you need to do with it is to make sure that it is detecting English. And to do that, you click on the settings wheel. And as you can see, mine is defaulted to English United Kingdom. You can choose English United States. I suggest you choose one of these two and not any of the other ones. Always make sure that when using this, that it's set to English. If your computer is in Spanish and your Office is in Spanish, it's going to default to Spanish. So every time you need to make sure or change the default on it. So let's start with those some difficult words that Spanish speakers always have. We'll use the same ones we used in Google Translate. Beach and bitch. Sheep and ship. Heaven and haven. So let me give you some advice when using speech-to-text recognition. Whichever tool you decide to use, you should make sure as much as possible that you are working in a quiet environment. It doesn't need to be completely quiet, But if there are other people talking around you, then it's not going to work very well. Another factor can be computer noise. This is when the fan on the computer makes a lot of noise and can affect the quality of the dictation. This won't be a problem on mobile phones, of course. And the last piece of advice is that if you can use a good quality external microphone, then please do so. Maybe you already have one, and I really suggest you use it. For all of the videos and the tutorials in this course, I am using an external microphone. Another tool I want to talk about in relation to pronunciation is word reference. This is available on the web or as an app, and it is also free. This has a function to check word pronunciations in various accents. Google Translate does the same thing, but without the accents. And I find word reference is better because the different accents can help you with understanding the pronunciation. There are many other such websites and apps, but this is the one I use. Let's have a quick look at how it works. So let's have a look at a few of those words we were pronouncing in word reference. So if you type the word in, you will get an option to listen, and you can choose the different accents.
Heaven, heaven,
heaven,
By choosing different accents, it can help you to hear the word better.
heaven,
And another feature on this is that you can slow down the pronunciation.
heaven, heaven,
heaven,
Now I'm choosing a very difficult word here, okay? Don't try to pronounce this. Let's take an easier one.
sheet, sheet,
sheet, sheet,
Now that's on low playback, I've just realized. Let's put it back
Sheet.
to 100%.
sheet,
Sounds very much like shit, doesn't it? It's really difficult, that one. Sheet and shit. You don't want to make that mistake.
sheet, sheet,
Okay, so you can play around with that. And another thing that's very useful here sometimes, and I will refer to it during the course, is it gives you the phonetic script here. Now, we won't be learning phonetic script in the course, but we will use it in certain circumstances, and I'll explain that in each lesson when we use it. So just take a note. That's what these figures here are, or these characters are here.